So we got Mars and Sagittarius right now. So we're going to be passionately, impulsively acting and expressing ourselves towards our experiences. And wherever you have Sagittarius at, the South Node is here as well too. So that means Mars and Sagittarius, Mars don't like being around the bush. And being that it's a fire right here, this is gonna be a gift right here. This is gonna bring the gift for you to put into action, put into passion, and of course, dive head first into that shit. Now we're gonna basically run this shit down real fast, and we're gonna basically put into pursuits of where you got Sagittarius at in areas where you need to be directed and of course passionate towards these areas. So of course, if you got Mars and Sagittarius in the first house, your personalities, your passions, your goals, and of course, things that you're focusing on right now, whatever's stagnating you right now, Mars wants you to be direct. Mars wants you to chase that personal dream. Mars wants you to chase that personal passion. Mars wants you to expand. Sagittarius wants you to basically keep going. Keep actually being open to all points of views when it comes to your personality right now. Feel me? And if that point of view is putting you into a stagnation energy, it's not going to want to be here. So what you need to basically do is you need to go above the horizons real fast to get up off your ass. Also, what can basically help you in this area as well is wherever you have the North Node at, which is in Gemini, which is going to bring the opposite. Because of course, it's one thing to have all that luck, but being that South Node is in Sagittarius right now, you need a head. For me, you can't put yourself into a situation of being deeply rooted or stuck into the dragon's tail. You got to look for the dragon's head too. And just like how Brucey said, the dragon right there. So you got to basically create your own dragon. You got to create your own head. And of course, you need to dive deep and figure out where you're going to have that at. Now, if you got this in your first house, what you basically need to do, you need to relate your personality to individuals and put yourself into a situation of bringing harmony and peace and romance in this area. Because of course, with this area, this is Mars. So this is also the sexual side. Your sexual urges are going to basically be on extreme edges too. So you're going to go real extreme into these areas as well. Also, Mars and Sagittarius in the second house. You need to be direct and you need to expand the things that you're valuing. Whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. Make sure whatever you're valuing, make sure you get deep with these things too. Make sure you're valuing these things for the right causes. Make sure you're seeing a different sides to whatever you're valuing. Try not to get too deeply rooted into whatever you're valuing and shit. For me, learn how to expand in that area. Learn how to be practical. Learn how to find other ways and other routes to basically get things going. Because the things that you truly value right now may not even be worth to value anymore. Feel me? So you got to come up with your own ways of doing things too, with that perspective. So you got to create new visions, new sparks, new imagination, and have an open mind when it comes to the order resources that you have out there to open. And you may overindulge too. Try not to do some of that. Now, if you got Mars and Sagittarius in the third house, you need to be direct. You need to create a new vision. You need to express yourself when it comes to your surroundings, your environment. Of course, you need to be very direct into these areas. Feel me? You also need to put yourself into a situation of looking at the bigger picture, because you may overtalk a lot, think a lot, communicate a lot, but of course you may not take the right actions and the right precautions. So Mars is here. Mars is about action. Mars ain't about talking. So you need to basically get real direct and real personal with your environment, your friends, and of course the individuals that's in your surroundings. And if these individuals ain't ready to expand, then of course put their ass on the bus. Feel me? Let them drive the bus. They're not ready for the big planes yet. Feel me? They need to take their ass on the bus. That's what they basically need to do. And for that second house, for me, you're going to experience a whole lot of 8th house energies, which is going to basically put you into a situation of transforming the shit that you value. So be aware of that shit, too. But that's the North Node for you. You know, that North Node energy in general is going to basically put you into a situation where you need to look at that bigger picture, not get yourself deeply rooted towards resources and lower habits. Also, with that Mars and Sagittarius in the 4th house, see, Mars wants you to be very direct when it comes to your home, your privacy, and of course, family. And also, Sagittarius is here too. So, what you need to basically do, you need to be open-minded to when it comes to your home, your family, your roots, your needs, your care at home. These things need to be expanded. Find a new way to value, to care about your experiences about home, or the experiences that you're basically interacting with your home and your family, or expressing, some wisdom, some optimistic performances and things of that matter. what's going to basically put you in a situation is you may overthink about these things. You may worry about these things. You may over-exaggerate about these things. You could basically develop a hypochondria energy. Also, you may develop a whole lot of arguments, too, and fights and disadvantages at home. But you need to be the boss. That's it. That's all. Also, try not to... Also, what's going to help you is your goals, your responsibilities, and your work, which is your 10th house. Maybe look towards that area. And that's going to be the area where you need to basically leave the house, leave the nest, and stop being around the bush. Also, if you got Mars and Sagittarius in the 5th house, see, Mars kind of love this house. It is exalted here. So that means you need to basically get personally invested towards directing yourself towards your talents, your goals. You need to expand your talents, your goals, and of course, your gifts. And what's going to help you is your associates, your 11th house. Also, how you associate yourself with your duties and how you basically build things up. So this is what's going to help that 11th house. Feel me? You can have all the gifts, all the talents, and all the charismatic gifts in the world, but you got to direct that towards the world. Direct that towards the associate. Direct that towards a group. And of course, what's going to help you is you building upon that group and, of course, making it mean something so you can put yourself out there into the world. Also, if you got Mars and Sagittarius in the 6th house, you need to get very direct towards what you do on a day-to-day basis. You need to start loving these things, caring about these things, of course, coming up with a whole different perspective on how to expand your routine. Get the hell out of that routine. That routine can put you into situations stagnating, making you basically miserable and shit. So if that routine is not helping you, that routine is basically keeping you stiff or stagnated, you need to get the fuck out that routine. Feel me? Because there's going to be a lot of conflicts in this area too. So know your worth. Misunderstandings as well. So what's going to help you is your imagination. And of course, if you ain't got your imagination, then you need to go get that shit. Because the 12th house is going to actually help you. This way, you won't have no issues when it comes to your routine. You have an imagination, you hear me? So that imagination is basically expanding, is widening. So while you focusing on your duties and obligations and shit, it's not burdening you. You're just breezing right through that shit. And it's not holding you back. Because you got imagination. You got an idea. You have a mind. And of course, your mind is carrying out different colors, different mechanisms, different ways to basically color that shit. And of course, not void it. But of course, it's void. Because nobody can see what's going on inside of you. But you can only basically play out the characteristics and express yourself and keep pushing forward. With that Mars and Sagittarius in the 7th house, Mars don't like being here at all. Also, not only does it not like being here, Sagittarius is here too. And it's exalted in the 7th house. Also, this is the opposite of a Gemini ascendant. So what's going to happen here, you're going to attract individuals that can be very direct towards you when it comes to relationships, romance, and partnerships. Individuals that may basically be very direct towards you, passionate towards you, aggressive towards you, or you can be aggressive towards other individuals. Also, you're going to develop a whole lot of experiences when it comes to relationships and relating to individuals in general. Also, what you basically need to do is you need to try to get a little bit more selfish, for me, in this area. Because individuals may basically be trying to burden you or put all their eggs in one basket with you. But you may not be ready or willing to basically do all this extra shit. So what you need to basically do, you need to marinate yourself out that situation and get the fuck out of there. Quick, fast. Feel me? Just like how the movie Don't Be a Menace, when the nigga told him to go drive to the bank when he was taking the road test, he said, drive, motherfucker, drive. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to be selfish. You need to go ahead and use life like a bitch, which was the car. The driver was the car. The guy was the bitch. You need to use life like a bitch and make sure that you point out the experiences that you want to experience, not the experiences that's going to basically put you on your ass. Also, if you have Mercury and Sagittarius in the 8th house, see, Mars is going to basically bring new birth, new generation, and new experiences when it comes to your desires, what motivates you, and of course, hidden alternatives. See, Sagittarius wants you to expand your desires, expand these things. Try not to get too stiff, narrow-minded in these areas, for me. Mars and Sagittarius want you to expand this shit, get higher. And you're going to also go through some experiences of changes when it comes to your desires and shit. So don't be afraid of change. And what's going to basically help you is your 2nd house. Getting grounded, getting stable, getting practical. And of course, that's going to basically bring your hidden desires towards the surface. Which means that, yeah, Mars and Sagittarius in the 8th house want you to be behind closed doors, but it also wants you to bring practicality. It wants you to be consistent with that shit and be practical. And this way, when that shit get built, 2nd house, you'll be able to actually see it for what it truly is. Mars and Sagittarius in the 9th house. Mars wants you to be, see, this is going to be a gift. It's going to be a conjunction. Mars and Sagittarius in the ninth house. Mars wants you to be very direct. And of course, it wants you to expand your experiences, expand your morals, expand your broad perspective. But also, expansion and contraction exist. So the contraction will be your third house. So what you basically need to do is put yourself into a situation where you can experience and expand through the environments, the associates, the friends, and individuals that you basically cope with, which could be siblings, neighbors, and things of that matter. That's going to help you, feel me? Because you could be basically expanding too far out, but motherfuckers may not be able to see you. Because like, where's this person at, feel me? Just like when Bobby Shmurda threw his hat in the air, that's going to be the individual with the ninth house, never coming back down to the environment or back to the music video. Try to come down. Also, Mars and Sagittarius in the 10th house. See, Mars loves being here in the 10th house, but Sagittarius does not like being here in the 10th house. So what's going to happen is you can be very passive in this area, feel me? But what's going to happen is you're going to have what it takes. You're going to have everything. You're going to have what it takes to get shit done. See, what's going to happen is Mars wants you to be very direct and passionate towards your goals, your responsibilities, your duties. Sagittarius wants you to expand this shit. But you can be very afraid and shit. But what's going to help you is the 4th house. What makes you comfortable. Home, family, loving and caring for the things that you truly are admired for. Because you can have a lot of shit that you care about. But if you're not putting the shit that you actually need to be working on to practicality, then you're going to have a problem on your hands that you can't deal with. So go ahead and get focused on this area. And you're a Pisces ascendant. So don't be afraid. Follow your dreams. And that dream comes into reality. That's how we all got here. Followed our dream and we came into reality. You come into reality with your dream, you won't have an issue. This way, you won't need a bunch of tissues. Also, if you have Mars and Sagittarius in the 11th house, what's going to happen here is Mars wants you to be very direct towards your goals, your associations, your friends, your groups, and alliances. Sagittarius wants you to expand in this area. But what can happen is you can have a whole lot of individuals in your area putting you into situations of you being open-minded to these individuals. But of course, these individuals can be gone tomorrow. So don't rely on these individuals. Rely more on your 5th house. Create your own talent, your own expression, your own endeavors. This way you won't be in a situation of being left out or hanged out and shit. If these motherfuckers decided to basically make their move or separate the rain from you, you need to get focused on these areas, on your talents, on your gifts, and you be out in the situation. Real shit. It won't be like that movie, Love Don't Cost a Thing, when the nigga basically started to blow up and shit, and he left his nerds for the sand, for me. But when he fucked up and realized that when you got all the way up to the top, you're showing your ass and shit, feel me? You get exposed real fast. Don't do that, feel me? Just be who the fuck you are, create your own talent, and of course you'll be alright, feel me? That movie taught you something. Nick Cannon, come down, feel me? Real shit. You got the cannon for real. Also, last but not motherfucking least, Mars and Sagittarius in the 12th house. With Mars and Sagittarius in the 12th house, see, Sagittarius in this house right here, this individual is going to basically be dealing with some direct dreams, some direct goals. See, what happens is Mars wants you to be very direct towards your dreams, your imagination, and fantasies. Sagittarius wants you to expand your dreams, but it's going to be a situation where it's going to bring some conflict. Also, what's going to happen is in this area, you need to be learning how to expand your dreams, your imaginations, your fantasies. And also, what's going to help you is shit that you do on a day-to-day basis. Create your own routine, create your own pattern, be consistent, and pay attention to that shit. Create something that you can work with, create something that you can build with. And when you're doing that, this shit start to add up and accumulate. And of course, this is your dream coming into existence. But whatever you're trying to use it for, you have to be consistent. You got to make this a routine. And you got to be very direct. You got to take the action. You got to take the precautions. You can't just be basically thinking about it. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're doing, a job or work, whatever's holding you back, what's going to happen is you can go ahead and apply that strategy and, of course, have your mind focused towards your goal and your dream, not the shit that's in front of you. And this way, you'll be a strong-minded individual, and of course, you'll put yourself into a situation of going after what you truly admire. And that's real shit. And that's just basically how the energy is going to work out for y'all.